Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
There's a bunch of different, and I feel like I've been saying this a lot to open the show. There's a lot of different places that we can start.
Yeah, there are.
There's a lot of different places we can start. We got a fight that we got to break down. We got some attendance numbers we got to get into.
No, we don't have to.
We got Garrett Cole is whining again. You're never going to believe it, but Garrett Cole is whining again. The Freddie Freeman drama. I don't even know if it's really, I guess it's still drama, but it's more of like a developing storyline at this point.
Is it developing though? I feel
it is developing.
I feel like the comments were kind of the hammer. Like, I don't know, like developing leads you to believe that there's more coming, that, this could get even thicker. I feel like it's.
Well, the Braves can respond, can they not?
It would be a lie.
Yeah.
It would be a lie. And that's the only
I feel like
way.
You want to start there, Dallas. I feel like that's where you want to start.
I mean, it's not necessarily where I want to start. I feel like it's
so should we start with the attendance?
It's topical. No, let's start with the Braves. I feel like we should definitely start with the Braves.
Let's start with the Braves.
Instagram, yeah.
All right, let's start with the Braves. So Freddie Freeman, and this again is in LA. This is not in Atlanta. So that maybe more comes out then. Maybe when Freddie goes back to Atlanta, maybe that's a juicier storyline. Maybe more details come out after there's been some time to simmer a little bit here. But the Atlanta Braves went to LA to play a series against the Doyers. And it was the first time that Freddie Freeman had ever faced his former team. What does he do? First AB.
Raking.
Goes yard. Hit 2 homers in that series. And, that in itself would have been enough to have been a nice little juicy storyline where it's like, oh, Freddie Freeman plays against the Atlanta Braves. By the way, Matt Olson, does he lead the majors in hits right now?
Yes. Yeah,
probably, but probably doubles it. Honestly, probably has.
If you're,
Freddie Freeman.
Even if Freddie Freeman hits 2 homers in that series, you're still like, yeah, but we still have Matt Olson. Right? I don't think Braves fans are hurting at all.
No, definitely I think Braves fans. I think I deserve a thank you from Braves fans that I haven't gotten yet. If I'm being honest, and I can wait. That's fine.
So Dallas is to blame for the A's selling their whole team. Then that's.
No, I'm not. I'm not to blame. I just there's a difference between blaming me for things that happen, natural things, and then thanking me for calming any sort of maniacal fits that Braves fans were ready to have with the departure of Freddie Freeman. That's
how I operate in my life too. Like, I will welcome all praise, but if you want to blame me for something, I don't want to hear it.
No, God, what the fuck? No, absolutely not. I'm married. I've got 2 kids. Like, I wake up to blame. Okay,
all right.
I'm all good with that. Like, if we're looking to, I'm here for the pat on the back, absolutely. But if we got problems, take that shit down the road.
Sure. But I think the big thing that kind of came out of this series was a little Instagram note from Mrs. Freeman, Chelsea Freeman, on Instagram. I think this was the night before the series started, and Chelsea Freeman posted a photo. The caption was, "Still not over last night. This means everything to us." And some Instagram user, doesn't matter who it is, they commented, "His world wasn't rocked. You guys got greedy and you wanted to be in LA. Trust me, I'm sad they..." See, this is going to sound like I can't read, but she really just doesn't have a grammatically correct sentence here. Trust me, I'm sad she meant that Freddie isn't still in Atlanta. I've been a Braves fan my whole life. Stop trying to make the Braves franchise out to be the bad person. If he really wanted to stay, he would have. Ooh. And Chelsea responded.
Oh.
She responded.
Okay.
He, as in Freddie, wanted 6 years. They never offered 6 years. Regardless of the negotiations not working out, in our minds, we were still going back to Atlanta until the trade happened. Boom. It absolutely did rock our world. Oh. I don't think I've ever cried so much in my life. I'm sorry, but I cannot take the comments anymore.
Damn, son.
Mm-hmm.
That just, like I said, Joey, that's the hammer, Joe. That's the hammer. That's roll up the sleeves, put the hair up. I'm done with the bullshit.
But that's what they always said. Like, the Braves never said they offered him 6 years.
No, but
They offered him 5 years. 5 years is chill.
Is it safe to say that there was some like, oh, we love Freddie. We would never, like, we would do everything we can to try to keep him here as well. Like Freddie's talking about how he doesn't want to leave. Great. Love to hear that. We just need to hear something similar from our organization. And then I think we'll have our first baseman that we have come to grow and love. That didn't happen though, Joe. That didn't happen because AA, Alex Anthopoulos, you know, like, he started crying during the press conference, right? Or like during the interview, like, it was tough. It was so tough. Like, it might have been tough, but it sounds like that was never something that they were ever going to entertain, which means some of those tears might not be as credible as you would want them to be.
Well, I think Freddie gave him like the freaking strong arm himself. It's, negotiations, Dallas.
Yeah.
Both are coming in, throwing high balls, low balls, and then freaking the A's threw one right down the middle. Braves hit it out of the park. We got Matt Olson.
Yeah,
I feel like
they got Matt Olson.
Shit happens.
They got rid of that family values having piece of shit, Freddie Freeman. Now we got Matty Owen here.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with this little kid distracting the players,
right? Right
in the clubhouse.
Look at how Dansby's been performing this year after giving what's his name, Charlie. Yeah, gave Charlie a hug. I think he's hitting like 160.
Well, we don't want to bring Dansby's an outlier. He performs worse without Charlie so far. But the rest of the team, they're not doing that great.
He's hitting 140. He's not even in 160. He's in 143 with a 432 OPS.
Yeah, he leads the league in strikeouts.
Brutal.
Yeah. And it's his contract year.
Yeah.
So
is Freddie Freeman's family to blame for this?
I don't know. I'm starting to think. I'm kind of questioning Dansby's loyalty. I think he might be kind of a scab. I think he's kind of with the Freddie family. I think he's probably not trying because I think there's this thing earlier that Dansby was saying, like they haven't touched Freddie's locker. They won't let anyone use it. Now it's like a shrine.
Really?
Yeah. And Braves fans were like, "What the fuck?"
Like that can't be real. That can't happen.
It was his like spring training locker, I'm pretty sure.
That is weird.
It was a little obsessive. He's like, we're not going to touch it.
Yeah, you got to turn the page. He's not coming back. Like it's not like it's a fucking broken leg and we'll see you on the other side. Like, no, dude, that ship has sailed. Freddie Freeman is not walking through that door ever again. Feel free to give that locker up.
I'm surprised that you have that stance, I guess, Dallas. I mean, I'm not saying it's the incorrect stance. It's more just, I don't know. I mean, we saw what Braves culture is like in spring training. It's fucking serious business over there. Like it's
your guy gets traded. Look, and I don't know if this really happened or not. Or just this is what Joey
hearsay might
have heard. That's excessive.
You got to turn the page. I agree.
You have to turn the page. You have to turn the page. I just think. I just think. Look, with social media, you just never know who you're going to hear from. You never know what you're going to hear, and there's always the whole credibility issue. So anytime somebody's significant other fires off something on social media, it always gets the ears perked up. It always gets the eyeballs.
That's where the good stuff is.
Right, because you're just like, all right, well, whatever's being said here is going to be great because it's like, aside from coming directly from the horse's mouth, like this is the next best thing, right? Mm-hmm. And it's almost like the next best thing because now, traction, comments start to make their way around. Assholes like all of us are having this conversation about, whoa, really? So it's just, it's interesting to see that this still be a thing. But that's why I felt like the comments were more of a hammer. Like, boom, here you go. It is what it is. If Freddie's not going to say it on TV to your face, I will.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Well, I think what you were saying earlier, I don't think this is the end. I think it's going to be more of a story. Like when he comes to Atlanta, it's going to be a way bigger deal with the boos and shit. And now I'm kind of thinking maybe they should boo him.
Oh no, Freddie's getting booed. Freddie's getting booed. Yeah, I don't know.
You think he's getting booed?
I know he's getting booed. Why
do you know that?
Like, there's going to be a combination of, yes, the cheers and the appreciation, and then there's going to be, look, I'm not telling you that this is right. I'm not telling you that this is the correct train of thought here. But
Braves fans aren't brutal like that, though.
But look, I feel maybe this is just me and the faith that I have lost in society as a whole. But
I mean, Red Sox fans booed Rich Hill when his dad died, and he was pitching on fucking Marathon Monday to honor his dad, who ran the marathon like fucking 37 times. He gave up 2 homers, and Red Sox fans, boo! There's crazy.
There's certain groups of Red Sox fans that are borderline subhuman, Jared. I think every organization has those fans, though. Where you're
in defense of my people, I would hope that these motherfuckers did not know that Rich Hill's father had passed away 2 days prior, 3 days prior.
That's a little strong. I would like to think that that's also the case. But every organization, it's not just the Red Sox who have a subhuman section of their fan base.
Yeah.
Every organization has that group of people where you're just like, are you serious, bro? Like, you can't be saying shit like that. What do you do? It's a fucking game. Calm down. But
I will say, though, go on.
No, please, Joe, please.
If they boo Freddie Freeman, he might, like, straight up cry in the batter's box. Like, it would be the most effective boo. Like some players, you boo them and it's like fucking, all right, let's go. And they hit like 4 homers. I think Freddie, that will really crush him. That would hurt him.
And I think it would hurt too because of what his wife is saying, which I believe, like, you're probably willing to go back. You're probably desiring to go back. But when your needs or your requests aren't being met, and then maybe it's a matter of, okay, well, maybe we'll hear something back. Maybe we'll have a counter offer. Maybe we'll, who knows how negotiations work, right, Joe? But instead of getting that phone call back, what you get is a notification that there's just been a trade made and they've just acquired the best first baseman in baseball, which means you're probably no longer playing first base for that team. So you can want to go back all you want now. Guess what? You're not welcome back.
You're not welcome back.
That's
at least for 1 year.
That's at least for 1 year. Go. That's the room. So it's going to be interesting to me, but I think that there's going to be a certain group of fans who are looking at just some of the, like, even his wife defending him and just kind of laying it out there. They're going to spin that and be like, see, these are the kind of people that were like, these are the Freemans. And it's like, she can't fucking defend her husband. She can't like just give you the truth. That's all she's doing. And you're like, no, fuck this. These people, they've got to go. They've got to go.
Well, it sounds to me like she was the one who was saying 6 years. It wasn't. Freddie wanted 5. It sounds to me. I think it's probably her fault.
Ooh. It could be.
Wow, strong
take.
She
strong
wanted
stance
6
coming
years.
from a Braves fan. Braves fans are now blaming Freddie Freeman's wife.
She's like 6 years. I mean, I like 5 years. 5 years.
Quite a
5 years is
Joe.
good.
I did not have you pinning all of this on Chelsea Freeman, but here we are.
Nice lady, great wife, great mother. Just
bad negotiator.
6 years. 6 years is too much. She's off with the years. Other than that, she's great. But
other than that, she's great.
Other than ruining her husband's legacy in Atlanta, she's great.
Wow. Chelsea Freeman, the Yoko Ono of the Atlanta Braves.
I did not see Braves fans having this mean streak in them.
I think the correct thing to do is you give him the standing ovation in his first at bat, and if you want to boo him, you can boo him every at bat after that. But there shouldn't be a single boo in that first AB.
Yeah, I mean, this is really just about this is a social experiment in the processing of information, because
this is a social experiment in the deterioration of society.
Yes, well, that's my whole point. And the processing of information, because the truth is right there. The truth is right there. She just hit you square in the face, right between the eyes with the truth. This is what it is. We didn't get what we wanted, so like get off our back. Just stop with it. Stop that narrative. I'm not going to allow that narrative to continue. And people are like, oh yeah, you want the truth to rule the day here? Well, that ain't going to fucking happen. Nope, we got a narrative and we're rolling with that. We are Braves fans and we're coming for blood. Hate to see it.
We'll see what happens when that day comes. I'll be watching. I'm sure most of you listening will be pretty locked in on that situation. Speaking of locked in, Miguel Cabrera.
Woo, Miggy.
Just a really quick note on Miguel Cabrera, because this was funny. This is not making fun of Miguel Cabrera. It tickled me this morning when I saw it. But last night he got three hits, 299. So he's one shy, and then he was asked about it after the game, and he's like, "We didn't win the game, so who gives a shit? Who cares about individual accomplishments?" And then literally this morning, less than 24 hours later, he was asked about 3,000 hits. He's like, when I get there, I'm going to cry. This was a 12-hour turnaround. Who gives a shit about individual accomplishments? But when I get to 3,000, I'm going to cry. It's going to be great. I'm very excited. In terms of this would have been a nice little J-Hay discussion of comparing, the right-handed hitters of that generation, like who's the best between like Pujols and Miguel Cabrera, guys like that. But Miggy, that is, I think I tweeted it the other day when I think he was at like 229.96 or something like that. I was like, I could have sworn that he already had 3,000 hits. Like he's already had so many individual accomplishments that, like, before the season started, if you put a gun to my head, does he have 3,000 hits? I'd be like, yeah, he does.
That's not a club though that you just easily enter. So that's not for. There's going to be 6, right? He's the 6th, or he's going to be the 7th man to
3,000 hits, 500 homers.
Yes. There's 6 dudes in all of baseball.
3,000 hits, 500
history of Everdom that have done that.
Let's see. 7th member of an elite club.
There you go.
3,000 hit, 500 homer club. Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Eddie Murray, Rafael Palmeiro, Albert Pujols, and Alex Rodriguez.
Who's the crazy one on that list? Like if I get it, like who's the name on that list that you're like, really? Like for me it was Palmeiro.
Yeah.
So I want to say that there was another club that that Palmeiro belongs to that's even more exclusive. Yeah.
Exclusive?
Yeah. There's like 4 dudes that have ever done it. Like, so I knew that like Palmeiro's done some shit. So that one doesn't really stand out to me too much. I guess maybe because in the sense of like Palmeiro, you don't think like when you think of like Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, like I don't put Palmeiro in the same class as those types of players. But yeah, like Palmeiro has checked some fucking boxes, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Miggy is a, like that would be a good conversation. Like Pujols, Cabrera, greatest right-hand hitter of our generation. I think Miguel Cabrera. See, oh man, it's so tough. I never faced Pujols, but it's not like I needed to face Pujols to understand and appreciate what that dude's all about.
Yeah.
So there's bias there facing Miggy, like just watching him take over baseball games and feeling him in the box. Like is a fucking animal. Just an absolute beast, dude.
Yeah.
Like nobody close to him.
No damage or damage?
No damage.
No damage?
No fucking damage. Get out of here. No damage. You know the drill.
I don't know that I know the drill on that one.
Oh, you know, no damage. He got.
I know that like there's definitely names that like you've had success against, but there's got to be outliers. Like there's got to be some.
When you look past the career average against me lifetime, just land on him.
385.
Yeah, that's whatever. It's soft.
Miguel Cabrera is a lifetime 385 hitter with an 1145 OPS against Dallas Brady.
No damage. Though. No damage.
No homers.
No homers.
Nothing hurt. Nothing hurt.
5 for 13 with 3 doubles.
And they're tired doubles. If we're
they were tired doubles.
Tired doubles.
They were those weak ass doubles.
Yeah, go ahead and say that number in the strikeout category.
1.
Yep. In the book, baby.
Yeah. Got his ass. What did you?
Got
what was the
looking.
approach? So it's probably a ball.
Fastball in, looking, locked him up. Little back whip heater, Jared. He thought it was in off. He's like, oh, bro, it's 88 in off. Oh, whoop, that thing wasn't done working, was it? Nope. Sorry, Mickey. Can I help you? No, thanks. Just looking.
You walked him 4 times because you're a coward.
Working around him, getting the guy after him. You know who I'm not going to let beat me in that lineup? Probably not Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, you've never in your career walked someone more than 4 times. So that's the most that you've ever walked somebody. Shockingly enough, Carl Crawford, you've walked 4 times.
Wow. That's
absolutely no damage whatsoever. 190
the slider
with 510.
So disgusting against Carl Crawford. He's like, I'm locked up, and I didn't throw it for a strike. It ended up being a ball. That's what happened.
You faced Crawford a lot.
Ownage.
How or why did you face him so much? You were never in the same division.
I pitched against the Rays a few times.
I guess.
Did I see him in Boston too? No, I don't think so.
No. Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, Miggy, no damage.
Just has a fucking OPS over 1,000. Yeah. Yeah, we kept it under control. An 1145 OPS.
So he hit a couple 2-out doubles. No big deal.
For comparison's sake, if you have an 1145 OPS for the season, you're probably leading the majors in OPS.
Yeah, so he's got the highest OPS as a guy named Miguel Cabrera against a guy named Dallas Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Niche category.
Man,
did you guys see I have to talk about this. I have to ask about this.
What is it?
Joey, is somebody in the video the video content game, when you see the absolute lunacy unfold on a baseball field that is the kid in JUCO, gives up a homer.
Fuck.
Gives up a homer. Dude's rounding the bases, and it has been confirmed that there was some pleasantries exchanged while rounding the bases. But you watch the pitcher. The batter is rounding second, and at that point in time ends up saying some shit, I believe, and starts to round third, and the pitcher is like, you know what? I'm not gonna take that. I don't. You've said mean things, and that hurts my feelings, and I'm coming for that ass. And he absolutely fucking flattened this kid coming around third base. Dugout's clear. Just an absolutely wild scene. Like, what was your first thought when you watched that video?
That was, again, just blindsided, because that was perfect form too. I don't know if I never played football, but he fucking laid him out. Like, that was like a real like free safety ass. And I didn't know that guy was talking shit, because you think if you're gonna talk shit to a guy like rounding the bases, you should start kind of expect that. The guy didn't see it coming at all. Maybe look at the mound and see his reaction. See, no one
that's how comfortable we've gotten as a society, Joe. That's the whole point. Like, if deterioration of today's society is the theme of the podcast today, that is another great example where you hit a homer, and what do you think happens after that? Like, you don't have 30 seconds to just verbally berate the pitcher and his family, and like, that's not what you hitting the homer does. Like, you get to celebrate, sure, but you don't turn into a fucking psychotic asshole.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like he's probably like suspended the rest of the year for that. Like
who the hitter or the pitcher?
The pitcher. He's probably suspended. Like, he might actually get charged for that.
Yeah, there could be legal implications there.
Yeah. But he'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. I mean, what's that bus ride like after the game? Like, hey, like, can you really talk about at bats? Can you really talk about like a moment in the game? Like, you have to just be getting like, hey, how about back in the third? What the fuck are you talking about back in the third inning? What about when so and so blasted the other team's hitter? How about that? When he parked him,
they're probably watching it on replay. They probably got breaking it down.
Oh, is this a guy that Jared? Is this a guy that you want to be on his team? Is this guy? Where's this guy land on your all-time teammate list?
I feel like every team needs a wild card like that.
Well, that's borderline felon.
I mean, have you ever heard of Izzy Alcantara before?
Yes.
Okay. Like, he's an actual felon. Uga Thurbina, I believe.
Yeah, well, he's not on anybody's team right now.
No, he's in prison. So
yeah.
He might be out by now. But Uga Thurbina, he, I believe, attacked people with a machete and then poured gasoline on them.
Yes.
With the threat of lighting them on fire. He didn't actually light them on fire. I
so
want to
just
say the
mental
motive was justified. I can't remember, so don't quote me on that. I want to say like they might have done something wrong.
This is just a bit of advice here. You might want to have that latter part confirmed before you tell the world that somebody.
I'm Team Urbina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't it like a prank or something? It wasn't
All
a
right,
big
so
deal.
Here's what happened.
It wasn't a big deal. It just
on November 7th, 2005, Urbina was arrested in Venezuela on a charge of attempted murder for an incident that occurred on October 16th. Urbina attacked 5 farm workers on his property whom he had accused of stealing a gun, wielding a machete, and attempting to pour gasoline on them. On March 28, 2007, Urbina was convicted of attempted murder and sentenced to 14 years and 7 months in prison. He was released on December 24, 2012, after serving just over 7 years of his sentence. So I guess they tried to steal one of his guns. So his response was, I'm going to hack you up with a machete and set you on fire. Which, like, I mean, we've all been there. We've all felt the anger and rage of wanting to carry out the process of hacking someone up with a machete and light them on fire with gasoline. We've all felt what that feels like, but I think going the extra mile to attempt to carry it out is a little different.
Yeah, there's probably a line that's been crossed at that point.
Yeah.
You've probably got to take a step back, remove yourself from the situation for just a moment, and hopefully a cooler head can prevail.
Yeah. Were you teammates with Esteban Loaiza?
I was teammates with Esteban Loaiza.
So Esteban Loaiza, a drug kingpin at this point. Is he
facilitator? Facilitator is really more of I think, a proper label.
Esteban Loaiza, where is this? Legal troubles. I guess that's putting it lightly. On June 14th, 2006, Esteban Loaiza was arrested after being pulled over by police who clocked his Ferrari at 120 miles an hour. This is not it. Okay, so this is another one. That's a different thing that he did.
That's the reason we're not allowed to drink alcohol on the way home on A's planes.
Really?
Yes. He was going 120.
He's going 120
through the fucking through the
on a California freeway near San Lorenzo.
Yeah.
He subsequently failed a sobriety test. He appeared in court on July 14, 2006. After the incident, Athletics general manager Billy Beane banned alcohol in both the home and visitor clubhouse, citing liability issues. In 2018, though, Esteban Loaiza was arrested on February 9, 2018 in San Diego, California with over 20 kilos of cocaine, which is roughly 44 pounds of cocaine.
He was holding it.
According to the San Diego County Sheriff's Department, he was charged with felony counts of possession or purchase of narcotics and transportation or sale of narcotics. Loaiza, I keep wanting to say Loaizica because of the Yankee reliever. Loaiza pleaded guilty to the charges in August and was sentenced on March 8, 2019 to serve a 3-year prison sentence. He was released from prison on August 6th, 2021 and deported to Mexico, unfortunately. So he's no longer in the country.
I would take a chance on him.
But he's out the clink.
Is he throwing?
Is he
throwing? Keep your arm fresh. So, that's what Matt Bush was doing. Him? He was fucking throwing bullpens in prison and shit.
Yeah. As he should. Matt Bush. Crazy life story. Have you done a video on him?
No, but I'm just when I follow him and I'm like, please make the All-Star team or something. To, give me a better opportunity to make it.
He can't have his crowning achievement of I was the pitcher that hit Jose Bautista that started the Rugnedo door brawl that day. No. That can't be his defining career moment.
I'll always remember Matt Bush because when he was in, I played against him as a rookie. Well, it was short season in Canada, and he threw a pitch, and the catcher. He ended up striking a guy out, and the catcher threw the ball around, and the third baseman was not looking, and it fucking smoked the third baseman in the forehead, and the ball came all the way out to us in the bullpen down the left field line. And we were looking at each other where'd that ball come from? What happened? And then we looked down, the third baseman is laying on the fucking ground. Because he just got smoked in the fucking forehead with the throw around that he had no idea that was coming.
How would you not know that? How many fucking years do you play baseball and not expect to fucking...
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I can't remember. Are there any other famous MLB criminal cases?
Remember, Hanley Ramirez got sucked into some fucking crazy kilos on kilos of coke, which I don't think he actually had anything to do with.
That was crazy because we kept hearing back channel stories about that. I think what officially kind of went down, because I remember because the Red Sox had released him. And then everyone was like, oh my God, is it related and this and that? And people were talking about how, Hanley Ramirez is this drug kingpin, fentanyl and Lawrence and all this stuff. And I think what happened was there was some guy was dealing drugs who was a friend of Hanley's. This is all hearsay, by the way. A guy was dealing drugs, friend of Hanley's, got pulled over with fentanyl in the car. And I think what he did was he FaceTimed Hanley to try and get out of the traffic stop, being like, hey, I know Hanley Ramirez. Can you please not arrest me for all this fentanyl? And then that story kind of evolved into Hanley Ramirez as a fentanyl drug kingpin, which really he just didn't know. So,
yeah, that was that was a bit crazy. That was a bit crazy. I didn't think for 1 minute though that Hanley was wrapped up in some crazy Escobar type shit. Just not the case. Yeah.
Before we get into the next topic, because we got to break down this fight, we're going to be handicapping the fight. Speaking of handicapping, baseball fans, it's time to step up to the plate with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. New customers can bet just $5 on any team and get $200 in free bets if they do, if your team wins.
Oh, okay.
If the sportsbook is the sportsbook out there, Dallas, Cali?
No. But there's ways around that.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. If the sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still take a swing at stacks of green with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Baseball Contest. New customers can play for free for thousands in prizes with their first deposit. Pick a lineup of just 2 pitchers, 8 batters, while staying under the salary cap and rack up points for hits, runs, strikeouts, and more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. All you got to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code Jared, Jared. Bet just $5 and win $200 in free bets if your team wins their game. That's promo code Jared at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. 21 plus. Restrictions apply. MLB trademarks used with permission. See the show notes for details. So I thought you had to leave it at 1 Eastern. You have to leave at noon Eastern?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't fucking realize that at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we get a fucking, by the way, just a little teaser, Dallas. I think we're going to get the ball rolling on a little All-Star game festivities. We'll be out.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Already greasing the skids for that.
Love that.
Now that we're at DraftKings, had to let them know, like, hey, so we're going to need, imagine just starting at a new company and hopping on a Zoom call with professional people being like, so we're actually going to need some suits with the sleeves cut off. See, that, just hear me out. Try and stay with me here. So we're going to go to the All-Star game wearing cut-off sleeve tuxedos.
You're like, is that allowed? Oh, yeah. No, it's expected.
Yeah. And then the thing is, like, we're going to do this thing like where we get breakfast with Shane Bieber. Just find us like a diner. Doesn't have to be upscale. Just make that part
food.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's been multiple times with, coming over to DraftKings and having to explain things that just, there's a lot of backstory there, like they won't let me use Section 10 for my Red Sox podcast. I don't even think I can say Red Sox. So I'm like, what if we call it Suns Out, Guns Out? And they're like, what the fuck does that mean?
Where the fuck does that come from?
Yeah. Like, just listen. All right. So here you go. And then you give this whole backstory. But yeah, we're greasing the skids for an LA trip All-Star game. So we'll be there in what capacity, we don't really know, but we'll be doing some fun shit. Tommy Pham versus Luke Voit. First of all, I want to just say this right now. I didn't think Tommy Pham was like 6'1", 6'2". When I picture Tommy Pham in my head, I'm like, that guy is like 5'10", 5'11", like definitely built, definitely like stocky and in great shape. But I had him sub 6 feet.
So did we just have it confirmed that you think less of people who only measure up to about roughly 5'10" or so? No. That's exactly what just happened. No. And I want the world to understand that those words just came out of your mouth. No. You're like,
I've
guy's
been
5'10",
nose to nose with Luke Voit before.
I would flick this guy off the end of my
I'm
finger.
5'10",
6'1".
I'm 5'10".
I'm having a conversation with him. I'd like to feel it out first.
I'm 5'10".
I'm so aggressive.
I'm 5'10", like 195, and I have been nose to nose with Luke Voit before.
Okay.
And I'm not beating Luke Voit in a fight. He's so much bigger than me.
So you don't know Kung Fu, bro. Tommy Pham knows Kung Fu, Muay Thai.
Let me see what the official tail of the tape is here.
Boxing. I Googled it and it was way wrong.
Like I got Tommy Pham.
6'1".
I got Tommy Pham 6'1", anywhere from 205 to
I got him at 210.
20. Somewhere
I got him
there.
at 210.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like so he's not a fucking small dude.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And when you're talking 6'1", 200 plus pounds, like there's meat there.
Yeah,
and it
says 6'1", 223.
Tommy Pham 6'1", 223.
Yes, and Luke Voit at 6'3", 225. There's no fucking chance. He's 225. No chance. He's way bigger than that.
I don't know what's going on with the height and weight thing, because Felix Bautista according to Baseball Reference, Felix Bautista is only 6'5", 190 pounds. Felix Bautista is a reliever for the Baltimore Orioles, and he is, I promise you, no less than 6'7", 240 fucking pounds. That guy is a fucking house.
Yeah.
And Baseball Reference got him at 6'5", 190. No, look, the Luke Voit thing, let's clear some things up first of all.
Not a dirty slide.
Not a dirty slide. Not a dirty slide at all. He's trying to come inside, and the momentum of him with his arms up as he's trying to like evade the tag, and then he hits the ground at the same time. So that's going to bring those arms that are up trying to evade the tag. That's going to bring those arms down, and he does so on the head of Tyler Stevenson, and so it looked terrible. Yeah, head there, concussion. Like I get why you're riled up initially. But if you just watch the video, you can see Luke is trying to get into the inside. What I just explained happens. That's the physical nature of this game. It's not like he was trying to fucking flying elbow, superfly Jimmy Snuka off the top rope, just fucking splash somebody. That was not it at all. I appreciate Tommy Pham getting riled up. I appreciate him wanting to defend his teammate. I get all that. I respect all that. But
this is my theory. This is my theory. So I think it was it's iTalk Studios, right, Joey, the YouTuber?
Yeah.
So this is where I saw this because I didn't see the headline anywhere. I saw his YouTube video, and he did a video on Tommy Pham. And Tommy Pham basically, when he signed with the Reds, was like, I'm here to cash a check. Like, I'm here to put up numbers. I'm here for me. I'm here to prove myself. Like, basically, it was like me. I don't give a fuck about the team was the central message. And I feel like people picked up on that story maybe 24 to 48 hours before this happened. And I think we all agree here, not a dirty slide. Luke is not that type of player. Never has been. If it was Machado, a completely different conversation. But Luke's not that type of player, and he never has been. And this is like the first incident where it's ever been called into question, his character, integrity of the game. But roughly 24 to 48 hours before this happened, there's this storyline going around where it's like Tommy Pham is saying, like, I don't give a fuck about like this team. I'm just here to put up numbers and prove myself. And then this incident happens, the slide at home plate, and it can be interpreted one way or another. And I think that this was kind of his way of overcompensating for like, I'm going to have my teammates back. Like, you just, gave my catcher a concussion. Now I want to challenge you to a fight to show that I am about the team.
I can see that. But if that's the case, then doesn't that spit in the face of the rumors of him having that stance? Because
I think they were public comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no. So then let me backtrack. Not rumors. A guy publicly makes the comments that he's here to try to get himself right. He's here to. That's ultimately what everybody's plight is. You're there for yourself. You're there to try to put up numbers because that's what gets you paid. Unless you're locked into a multi-year deal that affords you the, warm and fuzzy for the team, for the club feeling. Well, not everybody has that, right? But the minute, Jared, that you spend time with a group of guys, your feeling about the business side of things kind of goes away. And your teammates are your teammates. These are the guys that you're bleeding with. So you do anything for them. That's how my mind works. Like, whether or not I like you away from the field doesn't impact how I'm treating you on the field, at the field. I'll take a fucking bullet for you. But off the field, like, if we've got to figure some shit out, then that is what it is. And if we're not seeing eye to eye, then that is what it is. But I can see how that could be viewed as such, where, hey, a couple days ago, man, I'm kind of getting lit up for telling the world how I'm here for me and how I'm trying to get my shit together and handle my business. This does look like an opportunity for me to kind of put all of that to rest. So I can see both sides of it, but I'm just here to like give the player perspective that anytime shit hits the fan with your teammate, I mean, straight up, like I've said it, like me and Nick Swisher, like I don't send Nick Swisher Christmas cards, right? He hasn't been invited to any one of my birthday parties. But my rookie year, even with my opinion on who Nick Swisher was at that time, he got drilled by Vicente Padilla and I'm out there. I'm in the dog pile, and I'm not punching Nick Swisher. So like that should give you an idea. Like that's how you roll, man.
Is there a backstory there that I don't know about?
About what?
You and Swish?
Oh no. It just he's a different guy. He's a different personality. And you know, maybe the way that he treated some other teammates and stuff in the clubhouse is just not how I would roll. And I mean, it is nothing personal at all. Like I don't have a bad word to say about the dude. I just like I said, he's
you didn't vibe.
Not somebody
it's
that
just
I want to spend time with.
He's just a piece of shit. Don't we get what you're saying?
Joey just going in hard,
right?
Yeah. No, this is what Dallas was saying.
This is what Dallas was saying.
I don't know Swish. I always like Swish.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Joe.
Yeah, I think Tommy.
That's what Dallas was saying.
No, I like Swish. Swish is awesome, but
Yeah.
I think Tommy Pham just likes to scrap, man. I just think he's like a
Yeah.
Like
very
for
raw.
and that's I'm not telling you. I have long been a defender of Luke Voit and his superior strength to everybody in the game of baseball. All I'm saying is don't sleep on Tommy Pham.
Yeah. I walked it back. Once I realized that he was much bigger than I realized.
Once you realized he was taller than 5'10", let's not get away from that.
Sub
Once
6
you
feet.
Realized he was
Sub
taller
6.
than
I thought he was sub 6 feet, and he's in fact 6'1", 225. Okay, that changes things. I thought he was like 5'10", 180. Which, don't get me wrong, is pretty
Jared.
big. Don't get me wrong.
I thought he was a 5'10" little bitch, but he's not. He's much taller than 5'10".
I got text messages from people close to the situation when I said I got Luke Voit in this fight. I got some text pretty quickly from individuals close to the situation saying you picked the wrong guy. I reassessed the situation, the tail of the tape. And I'm not saying that just because Tommy Pham is 6'1", 225 that I automatically switched to Tommy Pham. Obviously, he's a tough motherfucker. He got stabbed and he's just like, all right, I'm good to go. But, you know, maybe you don't put as much money on Luke Voit. Maybe it's not as much of a slam dunk as you once previously thought.
Just respect the fact that Tommy Pham is built a little different.
Yeah.
Physically,
But I do
emotionally,
think
just built different.
I do think it was a little bit of an overcompensation because there's a difference between, I feel like that was a dirty slide, and pick a gym, let's set up a fucking fight because of what you just did. There's a big difference between those two things.
Hey, sometimes emotions boil over, Jared.
You know, he said the exact same thing at fans. They were like talking shit to him when he's on the I forgot what team he was on.
The Rays?
But he's like, might have been but it might have been the Padres. He's like,
I respect it though. It's like, no, fuck the bullshit, dog. Like if you really got this strong of an opinion about me, having never met me in your life, well then you know what? Why don't we go throw some gloves on and you can really get this off your chest? Or I could beat your fucking face in and feel great about myself. I mean, it feels like this is the step that athletes have to take these days. You're watching people, like you're watching celebrities and YouTubers. Joe, like speaking of YouTubers, when are you knuckling up, bud? This is your world here. You take a beef. Did I just hear you correctly? Or did you just call Chelsea Freeman out? Are you trying to square up against Chelsea Freeman?
That's true.
Chelsea, great mother, great wife.
How tall are you, Joey?
5'11".
Yeah.
He ain't nobody to be fucked with, Jared. He's 5'11".
Damn.
But seriously, that's the only move you guys. That's the only move that players have left is like, look, you want to say what you want to say. You're gonna tweet what you're gonna tweet. Like I don't know if you're watching baseball these days, but if shit goes south on the field, pitchers are just saying fuck it and like literally spearing the opposing hitter as they're rounding third base. Like shit's getting crazy. Shit is getting crazy.
Yeah. We only have 5 minutes left with Dallas. There's a couple more topics I want to hit on before Dallas, after Dallas leaves. I wanted to ask you this. Actually, no, there's a couple things. Any comments on the Oakland A's attendance?
Oh, was that directed at me?
Yes.
Was that for me?
Yes.
I'm continually moved and motivated by the passionate core fan base that continues to support its players.
Are you reading something?
And really each other. No.
This is a script?
That's how I feel.
So they instructed you to say this?
That's how I feel about
Let me pull up the box score here.
the Oakland A's fans. There's no
I just want to put... Oh, you lost to the Orioles yesterday? By the way, shout out to the Baltimore Orioles.
Tightly contested ballgame.
They attendance officially listed at 2,703. I want to say my mom has more Twitter followers than people were at the A's game yesterday.
Is that the record? Is that the record?
Let me check. My mom has 2,684 followers.
Oh, that's tough.
And the A's had 2,703 followers. I mean, fans at the game. 2,703.
A passionate core
2,684.
that should be respected and applauded, Jared. That's what I have to say.
2,684. Let's see. Minus 2,684. 19. There were 19 more human beings at the A's game than people follow my mom on Twitter.
Possibly as many feral cats.
That's crazy.
Will it be more or less today? The game starts at 12 a.m., right? 12 p.m.
12:15 p.m. Joey, put the pin down.
The game starts at 12 a.m.,
Put
correct?
the fucking pin down.
12 p.m. Well, it's an obvious mistake because it's morning.
Yeah.
Think morning, but
Right.
it's light out.
Crazy. You
So
Right.
called out Chelsea
and
Freeman.
Pacific. I'm on the East Coast Pacific time. It's
That's,
it's a whole thing.
that's a hell of a time zone to be in.
Mm-hmm.
That East Coast
Yeah.
Pacific time.
Yeah.
I'm East Coast.
Yeah. Can you at least do like a before you get out of here, over under 2,700 fans in attendance?
Win for the series opener against Texas on Friday? Is that what
For
you want?
the next game at the Oakland Coliseum.
The game today at the Oakland
You're playing there
Coliseum?
today?
There's going to
Okay.
be another strong contingency of passionate core fans, and I can't wait to see them at the ballpark.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
It's not as good as the smile on your face when you land that nasty Nestor immaculate inning NFT.
Well, that was one of the things we were gonna hit on after you leave.
No, why?
Well, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's
Why would
it's
we have- no,
11:59.
there's time. I got
There's
time.
not enough time to talk about this while you're still here.
I got time. There's no way you're missing out
time.
on nasty Nestor and the NFT biz.
I got nothing against Nestor Cortes. No one on planet Earth is a bigger Nestor Cortes fan than me. I love Nestor.
Is Nestor gonna is he running with this though? Does he have any clue to the extent that folks are like, okay, all right, look, it was an immaculate inning, but now the NFT Nestor, we got to pump the brakes. At some time.
It was enough to see the ball, and now there's an NFT. I think Topps put out a baseball card. I mean, I think they're all in on it. I think that they're all trolling me because I've never seen anyone celebrate an immaculate inning this much. When is the statue? When is the parade? When is the ceremony? When's the bobblehead night? It's coming.
And if that fucking NFT, if that baseball doesn't have a nasty Nestor mustache on it, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Not going to be happy. What are you going to do with it, Jared? Are you
the
gonna,
NFT?
Yeah. Are you going
What do you do with NFTs?
I don't know. I think you're going to have to display it. You're going to have to get a frame or a case that goes up on the wall so it can be playing. So you can whatever that NFT looks like. I'm sure it's going to be him high-fiving, punch out coming off the field. You're going to wake up and go to bed with that.
It's probably going to be the image of Garrett Cole calling his teammate an asshole because Kyle Higashioka correctly threw that baseball into the stands because it doesn't matter. Garrett Cole called him an asshole. Then asshole is a curse word, but it is not a 4-letter word.
That's exactly what Garrett Cole was thinking when Aaron Boone was on his way out to the mound, right?
Mm-hmm. Garrett Cole, because he was asked. I mean, he sucks. He objectively sucks. I don't.
Jesus.
I mean, Garrett Cole's not good at baseball. I understand.
Hold on, before I go, Jake, what's the weather like in Boston right now?
Currently 55 degrees in Boston, 0% precipitation, 48% humidity. Beautiful day for Rafael Devers to hit 4 home runs.
Carry on.
Love that. Thank you, Jake. Yeah, do you have any comments on Garrett Cole being bad at baseball, Dallas? I mean, I'm not like, people will say, oh, you just hate the Yankees and you have it out for Garrett Cole. You're going to tell me Garrett Cole's good? You're going to tell me Garrett Cole's good at baseball? If anyone watched him pitch, they'd be like, this guy is the fucking worst player in the league.
Pitch count is a little bit of a monster for him right now. The pitch count monster is creeping. What did he get through? 1 2/3?
1 2/3.
How many walks?
68 pitches. I think he had 5 walks.
5 walks? Not great.
What do you attribute the walks to? Do you think that that's the inability to get a grip on the baseball?
I mean, I don't want to just keep harping on that, but there is a correlation. Sure. I would have to tell you this, though. At some point in time, like, that excuse has to have run its course. Like, you've got to figure it out.
I mean, Nestor got it figured out.
Nasty Nestor does have it figured out.
That's what I'm saying. You think he's using the same baseball that Garrett Cole's using? I mean, they're on the same team.
He probably is.
Yeah.
He probably is.
Nestor's got it figured out. Nestor is #myace.
Before I go, because I do have to go, I know you guys are going to hammer Garrett Cole. I just wanted to get this in. Shohei Ohtani, damn near perfect. Well, look, let's be real. He wasn't going to lie the innings and all. Okay, like pitch count. I get it. I just wanted to throw some of these numbers out there. 6 innings, 1 hit, 12 punch outs, 1 walk. It's the first time that line has ever been produced in Major League Baseball. But the numbers behind the pitches: 19 fastballs, 12 of those were for strikes. 8 curveballs, 6 of those were for strikes. 35 sliders, 27 of those were for strikes. He had 15 swings, 11 swing and misses on that. 8 splitters he threw, 6 of those for strikes. 6 punch outs on the splitter, 4 on the slider, 2 on the curveball. Shohei Ohtani was just one large bucket of filth. And he also set another record by being the first leadoff hitter to bat twice before ever throwing a pitch in the game that he started. That's because the Angels put up 6 in the first inning.
Ooh.
And he bunted for a hit.
He does it all.
He does it all. He truly does. He does do it all. I'm looking forward to seeing him in LA.
And then also, before I go, some Rangers slander before I get out of here. They've lost 5 in a row now. They're playing the Mariners. Logan Gilbert, young stud for the Seamen, who I think he's gonna be a solid arm for a while. 20 balls in play last night versus Gilbert. 12 of them were hard hit, meaning 95 miles an hour or harder. 11 batted balls in play that had an expected batting average of 300 or higher. Only 6 of those were hits. The Rangers, the last 2 nights, over 7 total with runners in scoring position. They're just not getting it done right now. And the only reason I throw that out there is because things were supposed to look very different for the Texas Rangers this season. With some newly acquired talent, maybe some questions in the rotation. They wanted to figure out what the fuck was going on. Well, right now it's a lot of bad luck because they're hitting the ball, but they're hitting it hard right at people. Not a great recipe for success.
Not at all.
You got to hit them where they ain't, boys.
That's the name of the game, Dallas.
Hit them where they ain't. Did you want to talk about Keuchel real quick?
Yeah, I mean, fucking Dallas says hard out at fucking noon, and I'm trying to squeeze everything in, and then he's like, let's keep it rolling. So I was gonna ask Dallas. I was watching the White Sox game yesterday, and Dallas Keuchel is out there just getting absolutely fucking peppered, and they cut to a shot of old Tony La Russa in the dugout, just arms folded, just yawning, just watching this happen. It's 10-0, and I'm trying to see how many of those were earned. Yeah, the Guardians just absolutely fucking dropping their nuts. Was that a part of a doubleheader? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of the of the 10 runs, 8 of them were earned. 10 runs on 10 hits, 8 earnies, which inflated in 1 inning pitch because he didn't get any outs in the second. That inflated Dallas Keuchel's ERA to 16.5 to start the year. So my question was, watching this game, is I'm sure it varies based on the guy, but if you're out there and you look up and the scoreboard says 10 to fucking nothing, and you're in the second inning, are you looking at your manager being like, dude, come get me. I clearly don't have it today. Like, he only walked one guy. 10 hits, 10 runs on 10 hits. You clearly do not have it. And it's like the Bugs Bunny meme where the Gas House Gorillas, they're fucking coming in one by one by one by one by one. You're just looking into your dugout being like, come fucking get me, man. Or are you out there being like, yeah, I don't have it today. That's on me for not really being prepared and not having my best shit, or not being able to still pitch and get outs when I don't have my best stuff, because not everyone has their best stuff every single time out there. Is it something where you are resenting your manager for not coming to get you when you clearly don't have it? Or are you saying, I got to wear it, like this is on me for not having my best shit, and I gotta wear this for my bullpen so that they're not asked to get 25 outs or whatever the fuck it was at that point.
That first mentality is selfish. Like, you're getting your shit pushed in, you're getting just absolutely hammered. There's nothing you can do about it. I was never looking to be pulled out of that situation, because you realize very quickly that you have to now take up for what the rest of these guys are going to have to do. You have to eat those innings. You have to, because you don't want to put your team in a fucked spot because there's major implications. If you're a guy who's just gone out there and laid that egg and you've got options left, guess what? You're probably getting sent down. But if you can't cover those innings and you put the bullpen in that position, there's maybe a guy or two down there that does have options that they're going to have to get some length out of. So the guy who woke up this morning, who might have been used in long relief for a couple innings, maybe he now has to go 3, maybe even 4, which means he's now going back to AAA because he can't be used for the next few days at the big league level, and they're not into just vacations being paid for at the big league level. So he's going to have to get sent down. So because you couldn't cover outs, because you couldn't get the innings that you needed, you put somebody else's career in peril. That is how I thought about it. So I need to cover all the innings I can. I need to get all the outs that I can. Because otherwise, you are just leaving your bullpen out on an island. And that is a horrible, horrible feeling as a teammate. All you want to do is give your team the best chance to win. You just want to be a part of why you guys are winning. And when you go out there and you give up 10 in the first inning and a half, inning and a third, or whatever it was, you didn't even get an out in the second inning. When that happens, you are well beyond the point of no return. Like, look, Tony, the idea of us coming back here, I don't know how strong that is. We don't need to be burning those guys down there. So let me get through this. Let me get you as many outs as humanly possible here, and we'll see how it shakes out after the fact. So it's a tough spot.
But every guy can't possibly share that thought process, correct?
I would like to believe that every guy shares that thought process. But there are points and times in the game where you might look into the bullpen or you might look into the dugout in a game situation where, like, you've just had a long at bat, right? And it's a close ball game. You've had a long at bat and you're looking in and you're like, hey, look, that was just a 12 pitch at bat here. I'm at the end of my rope. It's like, I'm at 95 pitches or so. Like, is this a thought for you right now? Like, what are you thinking here? Are you seeing what I'm feeling? But that's the thing, is athletes have to be protected from themselves. Rarely are they going to be the ones who are sending up the white flag saying, hey, come get me, come help me. But that's where, you're looking for a guy's body language after that 12 pitch at bat in the 7th inning at 95 pitches. Is he looking in the dugout? Because if he is, that's nonverbal communication. He's telling you in so many words, I'm probably toast here. You might want to think about bringing old boy in.
Yeah. It's got to be a lonely feeling.
He was pissed off at the defense. After the game, he said, I got the tweet. He said, just when you've seen it all, you really haven't. When asked about atrocious defensive support, Keuchel said that.
I like your reporter quote voice, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Well, that's from Daryl Van Schwoen.
Yeah. I don't know.
And also, did you see fucking Tim Anderson flick off the guy in the crowd?
No.
Dude, it was epic. I don't know if this didn't go like, not a lot of people saw this, I feel like, but they caught him like in 4K. Like they were doing like a comparison of like his first 700 games compared to Pete Rose. And it's like, oh, it's so close. And there was like, I don't know, 10 people at this game and someone yells, "Hey, Tim, nice hit." And he just flicks him off. The camera's right on him.
I love it.
Oh, there he is.
The broadcasters just go quiet. They're like, fuck. Worst timing ever.
Yeah.
All right, boys, I got to go. I got to roll.
All right, Dallas.
See ya.
Oh. I'll leave that for you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm looking at this now. It's just he's out there at shortstop and just it's almost like a wave. He's just like, yep. Yeah, Tim Anderson is one of those guys that I feel like he's one of the most relatable because the way that he sees the game and the way that he wears his emotions is how I feel like a lot of us would if we ever had the opportunity to just play a day of Major League Baseball. Like if someone in the crowd, like think about just one of us sitting here. It's like, yeah, you get to play, you get to absorb the talent of a big leaguer and then play in a big league game. Then you've got some asshole in the stands just chirping you. Like, what are you going to do? You're like, yeah, go fuck yourself, dude. And his thought process of he's not a 40 home run guy. He's never going to be a 40 home run guy. But his whole thing about flipping bats is like, hitting a home run in the big leagues is really hard. Like that's not an easy thing to do. So when I actually do it, I'm going to celebrate the shit out of it because it's more of a rare occurrence. Like I love that thought process versus, yeah, I hit 50 home runs a year and like, I'm going to like style it however I want because I'm a home run hitter. So everyone expects that out of me versus, yeah, I might hit like 10 or 15 home runs a year. It's like, it doesn't come around that often. So when I do it, I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it. Like, yes, that thought process makes so much sense.
I genuinely think when he did that, like the notorious bat flip, I don't think he fucking knew that was even a thing. Like he's not like indoctrinated. He like started playing baseball in like his junior year of high school.
Yeah.
Like he's really like, he's played less baseball games than me, maybe. Like, that's probably not true, but it's like insane. And it's insane how good he is. It really is. And to me, that means he could probably be like an MVP one year. Right.
Yeah. I think, Tim Anderson has some of the most relatable energy to actual baseball fans that we can see.
I guess. Also, I was listening to him on CC Sabathia's podcast, and he was calling runs points.
Was he really?
I swear to God.
And he meant it.
Dude, you know he knows the difference. Like, there's no way he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
But just to say that was like, it's only 2 points. Who cares? I flipped the bat. I'm like, Tim. Yeah. To me, that's sick, though. To like not play baseball that long and be that good.
Yeah. Like how many? Like, there's been stories of that before where guys just pick baseball up in high school and they're like, I guess I'll give it a shot, and then they end up being big leaguers. It happens.
Yeah, that's the one thing everyone always says. Like baseball fans say, like baseball is like one of those sports. Like any baseball player can play basketball, but if you put a basketball player in the box, he's fucked.
It's like, no, not true.
It's probably not. It's probably similar conversions. I mean, Tim Anderson said the exact opposite. He's like, yeah, anyone who plays basketball can play baseball.
There's been like Pat Connaughton. He got drafted by the Orioles, maybe? He was like a high draft pick. And then, I mean, Mookie Betts Mookie Betts can play literally any sport. Some guys are just like freak athletes. But yeah, Mookie Betts, I feel like obviously he's undersized. I don't know that he could professionally play every single sport, but optically he looks like he could play any sport. Like I've seen his highlight reel of like basketball, football, obviously baseball, bowling. He's basically a professional fucking bowler, which is insane to think of. Do we want to give some love to the Baltimore Orioles? Because I feel like we definitely should. I feel like the Baltimore Orioles have been the butt end of the joke for basically since 2014, which was when they won the division. It's not something where we're going to be talking about like, oh, the Baltimore Orioles going to be a surprise team this year. Of course not. Of course, they're probably going to lose 100 games. But until that happens, they have the fourth best ERA in baseball. You get the Giants, Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, and the Orioles right there at number 5. The bullpen's been great. The starters have been great. They just can't fucking hit the ball. If they hit even a half decent offense, their offense sucks. If they even had a half decent offense, we would be talking about a fluke start of the Orioles potentially being in first place. Like they've opened up the season hitting 206 with a 585 OPS. That's bottom third in baseball, but they've had one of the best starts from a pitching standpoint in the entire league. So I just want to give them a little credit.
You'd think their offense would be better than this. They have Mancini.
Yep.
Austin Hayes, Cedric Mullins.
Yep.
So yeah, shout out to the Baltimore Orioles, 4-8 in last place. Good job.
They
really
should
overperforming.
Yeah. Shout out to the fucking last place Orioles, who are performing a lot better than most of us thought that they would be. 4-8.
That sucks, dude.
A -13 run differential, the worst in the division.
It was crazy is that the Orioles used to be like one of the highest spending teams for a while, like back before my day. And I didn't even know that. And when I found out, I was like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, the Orioles used to have star power. And I don't know when that day's coming back. Like I've talked to like guys that no longer play on the Orioles, but have played on the Orioles recently. And they just, all of them describe it as like a rinky-dink organization that doesn't really know what they're doing. Like they could be much better, like from like a coaching perspective. Like they're like, yeah, just it's a very poorly run organization from top to bottom. So even if like you're an Orioles fan listening and it's like, man, like when's our time gonna come? We're back to the promised land and we have a core that could actually make a run here. I mean, if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, like if the people steering, it doesn't matter how nice the ship is. If the people steering the ship don't know how to steer a ship, that's not good. And they've got to spend. I mean, I think too, the idea, I don't know was it ever confirmed that they were actually in on Carlos Correa, or was that just like an internet rumor?
Yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah. That I don't know what the purpose of that, because they're not a Carlos Correa away from contending.
It would be the funniest thing ever if he saw it. Like that'd be, the Twins blew everybody's mind, but if he went to the Orioles, it's like I'm gonna grind it out. I'm literally just here for a paycheck. That's it. Carlos Correa to Baltimore. Do you think the Cleveland Guardians are for real? No.
You don't?
No.
Right now, they're 6-5. Jose Ramirez has fucking 20 grand slams, but their run differential to start the year is +22. That's mostly been, they've beaten the bag out of teams. Like they've either played, they've had some big time blowouts that's obviously going to impact their run differential this early on, but you're not buying it.
It's so early. I mean, remember before the season, everyone's like, yeah, they just sold everyone and they're not trying and it was everything. But now it's like they go 6-5 and now everyone's sold on them.
Yeah. They have one game. They beat the Royals 17-3, and then they had a doubleheader yesterday in which they won the Bieber Keuchel matchup 11-1.
So they beat the White Sox, which is good. But they played Cincinnati and Kansas City. Frauds. Get out of here.
They got swept by the Giants. That's a real team. But yeah.
And Bieber, I know Bieber's your boy, but aren't people talking about him, his downfall? His velocity is like, isn't his velocity like, it's looking like 90, 91?
Yeah. I mean, he was never blowing cheese. Like when he was at his best, he was probably sitting like 94 or like somewhere in there. But coming off an injury, we'll give the Biebs some time. And that was talking Guardians. Before we get out of here, we got to give some love to someone else. To someone else in the podcasting world. Someone that I feel like, because now they've crossed over into the podcasting world, would seem more attainable to come on this particular program. And it's someone that I've never met, never had a conversation with. Obviously, I've never interviewed, but is one of the more fascinating characters in the baseball space. And that's Country Joe West. Country Joe West is crossed over. He's now a podcaster. He's a former Major League umpire who rode off into the sunset just 1 year too soon. Getting Joe West on a microphone to explain to a Major League stadium a call that he made or failed to make, that would have been social media gold. Unfortunately, he hung it up before that happened. But he, of country music fame, is now a podcaster, which, I mean, we have to have him on. I don't know if does he have a fucking team? Does he have a PR?
That would be so funny. I know I don't know what you meant by team, but if he came out was like, he made like a Yankees podcast.
Yeah.
He's like,
I mean, like, does he have like a PR team? Like, he's not on social media to my knowledge. So like, does he have an agent? Does he have a publicist? Like how do we get in touch with Joe West to have him on? I don't know.
You got to go through the umpire union.
5460, the Joe West podcast, launches on May 2nd. For more than 40 years, Joe West was at the center of some of Major League Baseball's biggest moments. During his illustrious career, he became the all-time record holder for most games umpired with there you go. That's the number. I was like, what the fuck is 5460? With 5460 games under his belt. Now the umpire who earned the nickname Cowboy will bring his unique perspective, stories, and baseball insight to the podcast Heat Network with 5460, the Joe West podcast. Huh.
I could see him dropping some bombs, picking up media with some articles been written about some crazy shit he says. Because umpires can't really say anything.
No.
When they're umpiring. So I'm sure like someone's called him a bitch or like someone, probably has grudges. He wants to like get the real story out.
If I said some cancelable shit to Joe West, I'd be sweating bullets right now.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of having an umpire podcast unless you're airing out the good stuff?
Well, I don't know. He's into country music. He might just be doing it for that.
Yeah. If someone is listening that works for that podcast network or is connected to Joe West in some way and they're looking to promote this Joe West podcast, I want Joe West on here. I want Baseball is Dead, Joe West crossover 2022. I mean, if they're launching this motherfucker on what, May 2nd, they said? May 2nd. Yeah. We're less than 2 weeks out from launch day. Someone get me Joe West. I got questions. And I want answers. He's probably got fucking stories for absolute days. Can you remember like a Joe West? Like what's like your number one Joe West moment that sticks out to you?
Right now, the Bumgardner stare down.
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah. That was the most bizarre shit of all time.
17 seconds, just fucking two country boys going at it. Just going at it. Yeah. Stare down.
Yeah, he's probably.
And then remember he fucking struck out. Bumgarner struck out and didn't think he struck out. And Joe West just laughed like for like 30 seconds. Because he thought it was only strike two, and he just like he was waiting for it. It wasn't that big of a deal, you know. It happens.
Yeah,
he just couldn't fucking stop laughing.
Country bravado is different. It's just you know, a couple cowboys going head to head like that. I guess you can't really comprehend it unless you're in it, and I get it. I can't relate to it, but I get it. I understand it. But like. Joe West, I think there was one time he was umpiring second base at Fenway, and I can't remember if it was a base hit or if it was like someone was stealing and it was the throw down to second, but he just like ate a baseball in the gut, just got in the way of the play, made no attempt to move, and it was like a very pivotal moment in the game where he was just fucking in the way. He was like, well... That's baseball, Susan.
No remorse whatsoever.
No. Yeah. So it's like buying a ticket at a baseball stadium, having an obstructed view. It's like, yeah, this is what it is. It's the way the game goes sometimes.
He wasn't good, man. When you get that old, it's crazy that you're just still umpiring.
Yeah.
But the amount of shit you have to go through, people don't realize to become a major league umpire, it's like, to be a minor league umpire is the worst job ever. You get paid nothing, and you got to drive to every game. And every minor league umpire manager is just a fucking, I don't know, baseball guy who just wants to scream in your face. Every fucking batter wants to talk shit. You get nothing.
It's the most thankless job in the world.
Yeah. And then you got to do that for like 10 years. And once you become a major league umpire, you can't get fired, basically. Yeah. You're just there until you retire. So or die. To become one, it's like you got to wait forever. And then you get graded every year. And then you get your grades. And it's either you move up. And if you don't move up after like 3 years, you get fired or you have to move down.
It is insane. The life of an umpire is insane. And I feel like we don't really know much about it because how many umpires are just doing like media tours talking about it?
No, they can't. I think some do, but that becomes a conflict of interest when an umpire wants to be like the famous guy, which is why Joe West was kind of controversial. Yeah. He was definitely wanted to be the famous guy. And to get into umpiring to be a famous guy is really fucking insane. It's like he did it to become a country singer in a lot of ways.
Right.
He would like go on tour with people and be like, yeah, they know I'm an umpire. They fuck with me.
Yeah.
I got clout.
There's definitely stories of like umpires going out for like drinks with players after games and stuff that I feel like that happened a lot more often before social media. And now it's probably more frowned upon because no one, especially now as gambling becomes more prominent in the space, you can't have the fraternization of umpires and players.
Or you have like a Lenny Dykstra guy. You ever heard that story that he said he hired a private investigator to investigate all the umpires and he would get dirt on them. And he was like, I found out one of them was gay. One of them was cheating on his wife. One of them was getting drunk. And he would go into the box and then if they called a strike on him, he would look back at him and be like, you're gay, dude. I know you're gay.
Really?
So then they would start giving him calls. That's what Lenny Dykstra claimed. He said he spent $300K on a private investigator.
$300,000?
If I remember the number correctly, but and it was blackmailing him.
Why? If you were the umpire, why wouldn't you have him arrested? That's illegal.
Because it's a complete lie, dude. There's no way Lenny Dykstra did that, but he said it, so.
Lenny Dykstra is one of the more colorful personalities in baseball history. He's off his fucking rocker. He showed up at the Barstool office one time. Just like got a DM from a fake, I think it was a fake Dave Portnoy account. And like they said, hey, like come swing by the office. And he just like strolled in. I mean, everyone was like, why the fuck is Lenny Dykstra here right now? It was scary.
I've seen the video of that. I've seen the video of that.
Yeah.
He's slurring around. He's giving away autographed pictures to everybody.
Yes. Yes. It was very, very strange. Very sad. Also very strange. But yeah, I'm sure it's like, you know, the player umpire relationship has changed drastically in recent years because of like social media and gambling and stuff like that, where it just can't be what it was. But if there is one umpire, especially, you know, we're talking about an umpire that's umpired more games than any umpire ever. Is that correct? That's what we just read?
Mm-hmm.
He's umpired more games than any umpire ever. And he's a colorful personality who wants to be out there. Clearly, if he's a country singer and B, now a podcaster, he wants to share those stories. And I'm sure, obviously, he's saving the best of the best for his own podcast. But if you're going to be in the podcasting world, I would say, you know, this isn't a bad place to pump your new gig. Joe,
we'd love to have him.
We'd fucking love to have him. We'd love to have him, especially because I'm sure there's got to be a personal story between Dallas and Joe West. That has to be a thing. Actually, when I was at Fenway last night, and Angel Hernandez is one of the umpires, and the fact that the PA system will announce who's umpiring what base, whatever. If you get booed by a stadium and you haven't even started the game yet, like, I want to know, like, what is Joe West's opinion on a guy like Angel Hernandez? Is he willing to? Because now, and the umpire union is very, very, very strong. So I wonder if he's even willing to give an honest take as a fellow umpire on another umpire.
That's against the code, bro. You cannot do that.
Well, he's breaking the code by having a podcast, is he not? It's kind of like the Freemasons. You're not allowed to like talk about the Freemason secrets, but I feel like what interest, like, if you're going to be the umpire with a podcast, how are you going to not tell umpire stories?
You could tell umpire stories, but if you start just fucking talking shit on other umpires,
yeah.
Hey, the job's hard enough, man.
Right.
You gonna make it harder on us?
Right.
Dude, umpires look at themselves like they're the fucking like Navy SEALs. Like they are the most, like they deserve the most respect. They get no respect. But the Navy SEALs do get respect. I don't even know, like police officers. It's very similar. Like umpires are quite literally police officers.
Yeah.
Who probably aren't allowed to be police officers for whatever reason.
I don't know why anyone would ever want to be an umpire. Ever. Like, put it this way. You and I are clearly not talented enough to play Major League Baseball, but we love baseball. So we wanted to find a way to still do something baseball related. And we did. We do this podcast. You do YouTube. I mean, we're baseball content creators, so we never have to see a 98 mile an hour fastball. But if you're someone that's like, I love baseball, I'm not good enough to play it, so I want to just be fucking hated by the players and the managers and the fans. I don't really want to make a ton of money. See my family? Nah, not for me. I want to be on the road. I just want to be fucking despised, but I love baseball so much. So that's how I stay connected to the sport. I became an umpire.
Well, that's what it is, Drew. Because honestly, like being a major league umpire would be kind of sweet. They get hooked up. Umpires in major leagues actually are like have a sick hookup. They get paid a lot. They have first class everywhere. You know, you get the major league, but like, and that's the dream. They do it, dude. They're chasing the dream. Because I did a video on this, so I like read everything about umpires. And they have the umpire school that you have to go and pass, and it's like really hard to pass umpire school to get to like the minor league level. You have to like, you get graded, and then you go through one school, and then you win that school, you go to the next school, and then you're like, it's like a competition. Who's the best umpire? And they interview these guys, and all of them, they're like, just chasing the dream, man. Just the grind.
And that's what they want. Like
it's all about getting majors.
They'll never be loved.
No.
That's why it's not it is the bizarro world dream, because I guess you don't get to stand in a major league batter's box. You get to stand around it, I guess. You do get to stare down Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer. You get to see it right up close. But you just get motherfucked for a living.
Some people like it. That
like, are umpires low key cucks?
I mean, I don't know if the cuck's the right word. What is it? They like getting dominated.
Yeah.
You hear an earful.
Yeah.
But most of them don't like, maybe, but they like to, I think it's the opposite. They like to dominate. They like to control things. Like, I'm in charge. I'm going to fucking, Bryce Harper's giving me attitude. He's out of here, dude. These guys don't fucking respect the fucking umpire.
But do they do that? Do they get off on pushing you so that you push them back harder? Like, is that? I feel like that's a thing where it's like, if you have a hardo off, it's like, I'm going to be a tough guy so that hopefully you're a tough guy back to me, so that you're so tough that I just tell you to get on out of here.
We're going to have to ask Mr. Joe West this question. But I think there's a lot of that. And I think a lot of these guys have like PTSD from like, it's like a lot, it's a lot of people in those type of, they're like small levels where of powers of positions of power, where to become that is not that hard. Mm-hmm. Like to be an umpire, you get a lot of kind of like borderline like psycho, like people who feel like they've been disrespected in life. Become an umpire.
You either become an umpire or a state trooper. You can't be both.
Yeah. It's a very similar thing.
Yeah.
And there is a big crossover. I mean, I read that in the book. It's like the police, troops, the fucking cops, and
the umpires.
Without them, this whole thing doesn't work, dude. They're just keeping everyone in order.
Yeah.
Making sure no one gets out of line.
I wonder if we're gonna get to a point where we don't have enough umpires. It's gonna be an umpire shortage because all the kids now are just like huge pussies that can't take being yelled at. So what if they just like drop out?
That's what they're worried about. But then we got robot umps. I mean, that's coming right down the fucking 2 years, 3 years.
People don't talk about that aspect of it. Like if we have robot umpires, it's not because we need more accurate balls and strikes calls. It's because the home plate umpires can't take getting yelled at.
Exactly. Kids don't want to be umpires anymore. They want to be fucking YouTubers.
Yeah.
It's
they
sad.
want to be TikTok stars.
I'm part of the problem, man. I mean, I think about it all the day. I took the easy way out, man.
You really did.
I really did.
You could have been an umpire.
I've been a great umpire.
I mean, no sadder thing in life than wasted talent. And I feel like we'll truly never know how great of a big league umpire you would have been because you decided to just be a YouTuber.
I think about it, man, but it's never too late. People get into like all you got to do is pay like $200, probably more than that, and then you go to the umpire school in Florida, and it's like you stay in like the dorms with the other umpires, and it's like a 3-week or maybe a month. It is right before spring training, and it's like in the spring training facilities, I think. And you just train, dude. You go all day. They do practice games. All the older umpires like start screaming at you, and they pretend like they're coaches or players, and you got to handle that. And they're grading you everything, and then you go to class, and you got to do like essays and shit.
Huh.
It's intense. And then there's like a graduation, but most people don't make it. So people come back every year, like trying to make it.
We need to see a documentary on this.
I made a video about it.
I know I've watched the video, but I want someone to kind of go through the process and document it. Yeah. I find it fascinating. It's one of the least desirable jobs of all time, but still somehow people are like going through the process of attaining this job like it's fucking boot camp.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, and you're right, there should be one. Like if you get a camera in there and start like meeting these like people, I'm sure most of them are like normal guys, but there's going to be like a lot of like sad stories and just like kind of like funny people to look at, you know, just like,
Yeah.
you know, but they just take themselves really seriously. They're like, you finished last place in umpire school, dude. And just
Yeah.
like, hey, chasing the dream. Coming back next year. Be back next year.
Like I want to know who is like the Van Wilder of umpire school. Like who's on their fucking 7th year of just trying to crack the graduating class. There's got to be that guy.
There's a ton, man. Some people just go just because they like it. They don't even want to win. They think it's like a vacation to them, and they do
fantasy camp.
Yeah, and they do like they probably do like little league games, like local games, and they're like, you know, like I take it seriously. Like I just want to get better. Like it's not fair to the kids if I'm not on my game.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go every year. I know I don't have the talent to be the major league umpire. You know, that's a whole nother breed. But if I can do what I can do to make these kids play fair, play the right way, and I get to hang out for a month.
Right.
No wife, nothing.
That's it. Just living the dream on the road. A couple of years ago, I went back to my old middle school because one of my buddies got a job teaching there. And I'm walking down the hallways and you kind of like see basically a third of the staff were just dudes that I went to high school with. And I'm like, these are the people that we feared. These are the people that we were like, they are knowers of all. These are the authority figures. We must bow down and obey all of them. And anything that they say, we must do. And then you kind of just go back to your like little league, high school Babe Ruth days. And like some of these umpires must have been the biggest slapdick losers of all time to be umpiring like a Babe Ruth baseball game. And it just makes me wonder how many times I struck out on a pitch that was probably like 8 feet outside. And it's because this asshole is hungover from the night before and just wants to go home and collect his $25 paycheck. I feel like my numbers were tampered with, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, most of our numbers, bro.
Yeah.
That's why, unless you're a pitcher, remember the outside corner in Little League? Whew.
Oh, yeah. You throw it in the other batter's box. Strike 3, baby. Sit the fuck down.
The catcher just like fucking sit up right outside. You catch it in your chest, it's a strike 90% of the time.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, that was talking umpires. Check out the Baseball Doesn't Exist YouTube channel. When did you post that one?
I think in November. It got age restricted, which is bullshit. That's
What?
why it doesn't have that many views.
Why?
But, I don't know. There's probably cursing. There's just like a lot of managers like cursing at umpires. I think I probably blurred out most of it, but it's just a lot of verbal abuse. But YouTube's kind of like sketchy with that. Like you'll get age restricted for baseball fights. Get age restricted sometimes. You got to be careful.
That's weird.
Yeah, you gotta be 18 to watch this video. So if you're under 18, don't even think about it. But it's called, I think it's like the most abusive job in sports. Just search Baseball Doesn't Exist umpires. It'll come up.
When did you do the Bartolo Colon video?
That was like right after that. I think December.
Okay. Yeah, I came across that one on TikTok, and like it's just someone has a TikTok page where it's just all of your content. Taking all of your YouTube videos and just being like, all right, this subject, part 7, 8, 9, and 10. They just put the entire, instead of just taking like a clip that they like from it, they put the entire YouTube video as a TikTok for like 10 parts.
That's what I'm dealing with, dude. And I have a TikTok, and I'll do what you just said. Like I'll post like a minute that's like entertaining,
yeah,
and could be in TikTok form, and they'll like pop. But yeah, these guys get like millions of views, and people sending me every day like, this guy's stealing your shit. I'm like on the fence about it. I think it'd be nice if they said my channel in the comments. I think one of them does, one of them doesn't.
Yeah.
But how would they put like part 20 of this video?
Who the fuck is sitting there? So like if, because I mean, I recognize your voice. So I saw the video and I was like, damn, this is really interesting. And then I realized like, oh shit, it's Baseball Doesn't Exist. And so instead of just trying to find all the different parts, you just fucking go watch it on YouTube. Like, why would you sit there and scroll 20 parts on TikTok? That's insane.
Yeah, and these weirdos, some of them like won't give me credit, but they'll like half give me credit. Like some people, because everyone in the comments is like, you stole this, and then someone like, is this on YouTube? And he'll answer, but he won't put it in the description. But now I post TikToks in my videos, and people are like, you stole this. Like, this is from baseball content, 123 I love baseball 49 guy, and I'm like, oh, sorry, dude, I didn't mean to steal your shit.
Damn, bro.
I'm getting fraud. I'm a fraud.
Yeah. Stop stealing people's shit. Gotta stop doing that. Jake, you got.
But yeah, follow me on TikTok.
Yeah, follow Joey on TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube. What's it? Can we get it like a teaser on what the next video is gonna be?
It's like the biggest boomer in baseball.
Okay.
So guess who that would be? That's probably easy.
Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah. That's why I had that Joe West shit fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. That one's gonna be interesting. He's got a lot of moments, a lot of Yasiel Puig stuff, a lot of Max Muncy drama. The fact that he dated a girl also named Madison Bumgarner. Yeah, using aliases to ride horses or fight bulls, wherever the fuck it was. There's a lot there. There's a lot there with Madison Bumgarner.
He's got a lot of interesting shit, man. I actually like that guy.
Who would?
Be honest.
Yeah. I think the number one thing that I love about Madison Bumgarner the most is that when that Max Muncy thing happened and they asked him about it, he was like, I can't help it. like he wasn't like I'm this is how it should be and this is how everyone should be. I think he acknowledged like, I wish I wasn't like this. I just
am. Yeah, he was like, I should let the kids play. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But
that was the best Madison Bumgarner line that you could get is like, trust me, I see the movement. I love the players are having fun. I want to let the kids play, but God damn it, it's just not in my DNA. It's not in the cards for me.
It's so true. Every time you see him get in a fight, like I've been going through all of them, and it's almost always like he's just having like a bad game and he's pissed about something else. And some guy will just like flip a bat because he's mad. It's not even like he hit home run, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here! Fuck you, dude." But it makes sense. The more you learn about this guy, like where he came from, like just like it makes sense, dude. He's a country boy.
He's a country boy.
You know, he's old school.
Old school.
It's old school. He's a good old boy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We're big Mad Bum guys here. I mean, I like put it this way. I loved the Max Muncy, like, go get that shit out of the ocean line. Like it's an all-time line, but I didn't enjoy it at the expense of Madison Bumgarner. Like, I guess if Garrett Cole gave up the home run to Max Muncy and he was whining about it, I would take way more joy in that, because I think Garrett Cole's like a whiny bitch that was cheating and now he's not, and he's seeing the effects of what he really is without spider tack. So it's entertaining when a guy is like so high and mighty, and then you just see the fall of someone like that clearly has, sensitivity issues. But like Mad Bum, his postseason pedigree, just what he stands for, what he believes in. Like, do I agree with, getting pissed off when guys want to style home runs? No, but there's definitely part of me that enjoys the conflict. Like, him versus Yasiel Puig is Peter Griffin versus the chicken. It's just they cannot see each other and not want to fight each other every single time. Like, I wouldn't put it past Madison Bumgarner if he retires someday from Major League Baseball, just signing a 1-year contract in Korea just to fight Yasiel Puig one last time. Like, I could see him doing that. So
it would be fucking awesome.
Yeah. And
that's what everyone wants to see. And that's what I always say when people are with bat flips. It's like, yeah, bat flips are, if you're going to do this, bat flips are good for baseball. But also, if you're going to say that, low key, fights are also good for baseball.
Yeah.
Like, it's, if you want entertainment, they're both entertaining. Actually, fight is way more entertaining than a bat flip.
Yeah. I love bat flips, but I love pitchers taking exception to it.
For real. As long as it's not preventing everyone from ever doing it. Because if there's like a couple guys who is gonna like fucking get pissed, that's great. And that's why Bumgarner is so good, and I think that's the difference between him and like other pitchers like Garrett Cole, where Bumgarner is just such a character where everything he does fits so perfectly, where like what it is. I think like Garrett Cole, like when he does these interviews and why they're so funny and people get pissed, where it's like, it's kind of, you don't even know, is he like a competitive psycho where he's like, or is he like a nice guy? Like, it's kind of like, you don't know if he really fits a perfect mold of who he is, but Bumgarner is just a fucking old school ass country boy.
Yeah.
He likes his horses.
That's it.
He likes to get pissed.
He likes to get pissed.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the last of a dying breed, because I feel like I don't know of any younger pitchers that are out there getting pissed off because guys are flipping bats. Like, who's that? Who's doing that today? That has the pedigree of a Madison Bumgarner. I mean, obviously there's going to be your shit bums that get upset because they're getting shown up. But in terms of someone that's got some hardware, someone that's got some dirt under their spikes, that's done something in this league, he's one of the last of the Mohegans. Sad. I'm looking forward to that video.
He's only 32.
He's only 32?
Yeah, we're acting like he's like fucking 1 year late. He is 32 years old.
I mean, I was in Arlington, Texas, when he started a World Series game against the fucking Rangers in 2010. That feels like a lifetime ago. So the fact that he's younger than me is insane.
Yeah. He won 3 World Series by the time he was 24. Crazy shit.
He must have been, what, 19 in 2010?
I think, yeah, he was 20.
Madison Bumgarner.
That was his first, like, a rookie. He came up in the year before when he was 19, I think, for like
he was 19 starts. In 2009, yeah.
Yeah.
When's his fucking birthday? August 1st. August 1st, 1989. So we were born in the same year. Damn, he looks way older than me.
He's also like 6'4", 250 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big old country boy.
He's country strong.
Country strong. Yeah. Mad Bum. I mean, shout out to Mad Bum, by the way. He's made 3 starts, pitching to a 1.38 this year.
Yeah, look at those. Look into those stats. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
He's walked more batters than he struck out.
He's walked more batters. He almost has as many walks as he has innings pitched. He has 10 walks, 13 innings, and 8 hits. So he's just been... The whip is like a 1.4.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of traffic. He's just wiggling his way out of it.
It's a crafty veteran right there.
Yeah. He's only given up 2 earned runs in 13 innings. Oh, Mad Bum. All right, Jake, you got any final thoughts today?
I'd be interested to see how much national attention it got, but or like how well known he was nationally. But obviously, pretty emotional night at Fenway last night with Jerry Remy's ceremony.
Yeah, it was. I had a very unique perspective there because we'll talk about this more on the whatever the fuck Red Sox podcast is called. America's most beloved podcast, the most downloaded Red Sox podcast on the internet. I was in the Nesson suite for that. So we'll talk about that, and we're recording later tonight, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Fuck yeah, Jake.
So and then obviously the Don Orsillo drama. So I've got some inside scoops on that situation. I was able to crowdsource some information from people in the know, and we'll be able to sort out what the fuck happened there. So If you're interested in that drama, tune into the whatever the fuck that show is called. It'll be out Friday, maybe. Sure. Sometime. Joey, you got any final thoughts?
Not really.
You never do. You never do.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Wale. He tweeted me yesterday.
Did he really?
Yeah, dude. Wale fucking let me find it. He just randomly tweeted. So fucking Wale's in my corner now. We're growing. Baseball, we're growing. Said baseball doesn't exist. Had me in a chokehold last week. I watched everything in a day. Manny Ramirez is so chaotic. I had no idea. From Wale himself.
Did you retweet this?
Oh yeah, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Wale.
6.3 million followers. Wale
you know
has.
me, dude. We're DMV, bro. Me and Wale. We're from the
he
same area.
He didn't even fucking tag you. That's bullshit.
That's all right. It's all love.
It's all love. Baseball doesn't exist had me in a chokehold last week. I watched everything in a day. Manny Ramirez is so chaotic. I had no idea. That's a hell of a ringing endorsement for you.
Yeah, I'm basically just used to it at this point. But, you know, once you get to a certain level, you know, you kind of get used to hanging out with famous people, tweeting famous people. But
yeah, that's
Wale hits different. But because, you know me, I'm from the DMV.
That's true.
Basically from the same hood and stuff. So
yeah, you guys are. You should have them guest feature on a video.
Well, I'm trying to get on a song. Really, I don't know if I really need them for a video.
Yeah,
but if I can get on a song, it'd be good.
Yeah, I think you should do that. It would be wise to do some cross promo.
Why not?
Yeah,
I could write. I can spit.
You got bars.
Spit.
I can spit.
People know I can spit.
Everyone knows that. All right. We'll be back on Monday. Are there any cool series coming up this weekend? Let's see. We got Red Sox Rays rematch the division series. That'll be cool. Brewers Phillies. I guess that'll be mildly interesting. Blue Jays Astros. The Orioles. The Orioles trying to shut down Shohei Ohtani, the immovable object, and what is it? The unstoppable force versus the immovable object. The Orioles pitching staff versus Shohei Ohtani. Dodgers Padres. I mean, Dodgers Padres was electric for 2 straight years, or at least like all of the abbreviated season and then half of last year to start out. It was electric. So Dodgers Padres, we're getting that this weekend. So we'll be breaking all that down on Monday for the next episode of Baseball is Dead. Thanks for listening. Check out Baseball Doesn't Exist on YouTube. And was there something else I needed to plug, Jake?
No, I think we covered everything.
We fucking covered everything. That's what we do here. We cover everything. All right, we'll see you Monday.
We're gone.